Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the channel. This is Conquer Fitness, home of the ectomorphic workout. I have some fantastic news for you all today. I wanted to update you all, have my little diary entry for everyone. A few months back, I did a video talking about injuries, dealing with them, and I explained that I had been plagued by the injury bug myself. So in turn, I lost a lot of weight, a lot of strength. I took a lot of time off and consistently working out. Diet was not on point, giving myself the proper amount of time to heal and recover so I could come back full strength. Now, this paid off because I am better. I've actually been better since December. I just haven't really shared that information. I wanted to talk to you guys about what I have accomplished thus far. Since I recovered in early December, I have been bulking. I wanted to do a video dedicated to bulking because it is very controversial and it's also a huge thing in the fitness world. It is something that a lot of people incorporate for sections of their year to break plateaus, gain weight, and prepare themselves for the other half of it, which is a cut. Now, these two are very extremes. The reason it's controversial is because a lot of people believe you can just go through a medium ground and be fine. Just eat healthy, keep lifting hard, and just maintain right where you want to be year round, which is great. I absolutely believe that is a thing. Now, the reason I'm talking about it is because of myself and hopefully my audience members. We are ectomorphs and hard gainers, so it's a little different for us as always. Now, a little bit about what I've experienced so far. I had lost a lot of weight, and I had mentioned that in the other video. I have now been able to gain 17 pounds since early December. Yay! And it has been going great. It's been about 9 weeks. I have not surpassed 15% body fat, which was pretty much the goal. So I wanted to break this video down into about 5 or 6 specific topics, because what I wanted to talk about, other than sharing with you guys the great news of my injury-free self, I kind of wanted to talk about bulking, since it's been a huge part of what I've been up to for the last couple months and the next month to come. I decided, why not kind of talk about it for a few segments. I can't cover everything in one video, so this will be broken down. I'm going to basically just talk about what it is, what my opinion of it is, what my goals are, what the purpose of me doing it in the first place is, and what results I have seen thus far, about 2/3 through it. Now, you may say, okay, that doesn't cover at all what you've been eating or a breakdown of how you should be lifting truly, and that will come. I decided I will actually do a couple videos on bulking, since it is what I believe is important for us and our body types. So I will have a couple more videos to come if I don't cover everything. In fact, I'm mostly going to be talking about my experiences with it and trying to share my opinion to see if you have the same. And if you do, the next couple videos will help guide you and show you some of the parameters to get the best out of your bulk in the shortest amount of time. Okay, so let's break it down. To start out with, what is a bulk? There are 2 extremes that people encompass into their fitness regimen throughout the year. And that is either they bulk for part of it, followed by a cut, or they don't bother with any of it and they just try to stay in the middle and just either maintain or work on their fitness goals year round in one consistent manner. Now, the bulking half of everything is where you are in a caloric surplus to the extreme, because, you know, like I've explained to you before, for our body types, you kind of want to be in a surplus at all times, but this is a surplus plus. You're taking it to the extreme and you are clearly gaining weight, gaining body fat, but that's all part of it because you want to have that extra energy to burn to also get stronger. You want to be able to have more calories to burn when you're working out with more intensity at the gym. The whole point of the bulk basically is to pack on as much actual physical mass as you can in a certain amount of allotted time. So more mass comes from more food, but more mass also equals more muscle and more strength. So everything kind of comes hand in hand. So what people tend to normally do is over the winter, because you're more concealed. You're not going to be shirtless, you're going to be wearing jackets, and who really cares how ripped you look? So over the course of the winter months, 3, 4, 5 months, whatever long they choose to do, most people will go into whatever their maintenance calorie level is. They will go far beyond that. So my maintenance calorie intake is usually between 25 and 3,000. So for this bulk, I've been trying to get anywhere north of 4,000. So usually about 1.5 times your normal caloric intake for maintenance, if not more. Now, there isn't really a cap per se. It just depends on what you can handle and what body fat percentage you're willing to get to. So I say, you know, for me, it's been 4,000 or more. It's not 4,000 to blah. I know that's kind of really falls into the dirty bulk category, which is defined by no rules. You just do whatever it takes, and you know, you don't care how fat you get. But the reason that it is not as important for us is because, as you can see, my face does not look fat. I am not huge, even though I've gained nearly 20 pounds. It just doesn't affect us the way it does normal bodybuilders or a lot of other people, because we're still so active and our metabolisms are so efficient that even though we're actually working on beating the system and gaining weight, we're still not gaining the weight reflecting the amount of food or the amount of fat that we're taking in each day. So to really sum this up, the bulk is a chance for us to absolutely, truly beat the system and beat our genetics at the most efficient way possible. And that is 1.5 to 2 times your maintenance caloric intake per day consistently. Next, I want to talk about what my opinion of the bulk is. And this is the part that will either sway you. It's not really trying to convince people to do it, but it will either help you realize, wow, that's a good idea, or you'll still have your opinion, no, bulking is not for me. Bulking is not what I believe in. Not going to touch it. My opinion is, obviously, I am for it because I've been doing it the last 9 weeks and still more to come. But my opinion thus far has been, as I said, it is a true way for us and our body types to actually really beat the system. And since there aren't nearly the repercussions of intense unwanted weight gain, such as excess fat in certain areas for us, that's less likely. I really don't see a problem. I have been really enjoying the journey. I have gained all the weight back I lost and some, and I'm still going. My strength has been as high as it's been in almost a couple years. It has been phenomenal. I feel great. I feel confident. I just feel almost more normal outside of what my body really is. I'm like, wow, I actually have some mass to me. I feel accomplished. And so it works. It really does. I'm not anywhere past where I ever feel uncomfortable. I'm not looking at myself and saying, wow, I am way too fat. Granted, I have more to go. I don't even think I'm going to be able to get there. And any true ectomorph, it just almost is impossible. It is the most sure way and the quickest way to gain mass. But again, we're just not designed to truly get fat. So it really does work from what I've experienced. From a personal standpoint, I want to tell you guys about my goal. My goal was to mostly get back to my maintenance weight, which is about 168, because I was down to about almost 152, and that was not comfortable for me. So I said the best, the quickest way to probably get back to what I was is to just do a dedicated bulk. Now, I got my weight, and I'm actually 170 now, and my ultimate goal is to pass the max weight I've ever been, which is 175. So if I can get to at least 176 pounds, that is the goal from this bulk, and I will not stop until I get it. Hopefully I get it by the end of March, because that's what I'm trying to shoot for. But that was pretty much it. And also get back to some of the maximum strengths, because my last time I was over 170, I have not been able to hit a lot of those PRs, especially for compound lifts that I used to, and I would love to see those again. Get my max on bench, squat, deadlift, overhead press, and all that. So get back to certain strength levels and way more than my max weight has ever been. Next, let's talk about my purpose. Now, this is going to be more about for me, because I already mentioned I've already pretty much mentioned the purpose of it for if you all to do it. But for me, the purpose, as I pretty much said, was to mostly get my weight back that I had lost, that I was so upset about. But honestly, it has to do with the cut, the soft cut, as I am going to do by mid-spring, early summer. And when I say soft cut, I'm not going to go straight from 2 bowls of ice cream a night to broccoli and egg whites, because I don't, if I went to a super aggressive cut, I would weigh 130 pounds. I would look shredded, but I wouldn't be where I want to be. So as a soft cut, I'm just going to kind of tear my way down on calories and try to clean it back up and incorporate a little more variety into the workouts. But most importantly, the whole purpose of this was to see what can happen if I do 100% on each and actually dedicate. I've never truly in my life, even after 8 years of consistent lifting, done one or the other, a lift, a bulk, or a cut, 100% dedicated. And that's what this has been. This has been every day, logging my calories, making sure I meet my goals, and getting to the gym 5 days a week consistently. I mean, just doing what it takes to gain weight. So being consistent on the calories and putting 100% consistency into it 7 days a week, I wanted to see what I could really do. And then doing the soft cut, by summer, by August, I want to see what my physique is really capable of. And I challenge y'all to do the same thing. I really do. That's why I'm telling you about this bulk. I think everyone, at least all ectomorphs, should really try it to see what are you really capable of. What is 4 months of just getting as heavy and as big, no regards to body fat as you can, and then swing back the other direction. Not aggressively, but just take it back and see what the best physique you can, and see if you can find that sweet spot, because that is the goal, is not to cut to lose too much weight and be small again, but to just find that sweet spot where I have as much mass as I can, but have the least amount of body fat, which is obviously the goal for everyone. And I'm assuming it hopefully will be to the mid to low 160s for me. But that's pretty much the goal behind this, was to just see, okay, if I put 100% into each of these over the course of this year, what am I capable of? Lastly, I want to tell you guys about the results I've seen. It's been phenomenal. Like I've said, in just 8 weeks, I was able to gain all the weight back. I lost 15 pounds. We're still going up, still working. I've had all the strength I could ever want. It's been amazing feeling, so much confidence in the gym to have that strength again. I don't feel lethargic or anything from the excess calories and fat. I don't even feel fat. I just feel great. And it really does work. I was astounded on just every day of the scale, a couple of pounds, half a pound every 3 days, and then it held. You know, even if I had an off day, only 3,500 calories today, I stayed at the weight, and it's just your metabolism adjusts, and it's an amazing thing. It really is. If you can get back up to something consistently, your body will hold it as long as you're not starving yourself. I hope that really kind of summed up a little bit of bulking for everyone for who did not have an opinion on it or know what it was or really know what to think of it. When it comes down to it, it's worth a shot. Unless you really feel against it, or it's just not something that fits in your regimen, why not? You know, why not just dedicate a couple months to really eating as best as you can and putting everything you can into building up your mass and see what you can get to. And like I said, for my ultimate goal is because I want to get as big as I can, see what that is, and then swing back the other way and see what the best possible body I can have is if I truly, actually put in the work consistently and 100%. Thank you all so much for watching. Tune in next time, and I'll see you all next video.